All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So today we're going to be talking about the latest update for the DJI Osmo Action 3. Now, this actually was officially released in on November 30th of 2022, and we're at it is December 21st. So I don't fire up my application very often, which is why you didn't see a video on this sooner. Also, I don't know when this actually hit, but I actually use this nearly every other day. So I was pretty excited to know that they actually released a software update. Now, the correct version that you should be on if you want this is v01.02.10.10. So let me tell you what it added here. It added a few things, and there's some things, some limitations, but you know, hey, it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and go over them in this video, and I will show you them as well on the device. And I do have it connected, but I'm going to go ahead and go over this now. So the first thing it added was HDR video. So for me, this is a huge plus. It also added shooting in 10-bit. So if you want to shoot in 10-bit, this is for people who are going to be doing some really high production and you want to color grade or do things in post afterwards. I color grade sometimes if it's needed, but I avoid doing that. I don't shoot in 10-bit now with my main, like my professional cameras that I have, so I probably won't do it with this. It's not that serious. Now, if this was my main source of video and I had like 2 or 3 of these, you know, I had them for different things, then yeah, I probably would do that. It also added enhanced image quality in video shooting mode, extending the dynamic range and displaying more highlight and shadow details, only available in certain frame rates. And basically they're going to tell you probably 1080p is when you're going to be able to get all of these things. 1080p 30 is actually the standard, and you won't be able to do much in any of these things, some of these things and some of the other views, and I'll show you that in a second because I've already figured it out. You have added time codes now for synchronization. You can turn that on if you're going to be doing multiple cameras and things like that. That's where you would use that. On the go is now available when you connect this to an Android device. So basically Type-C, you would pop it open. Oops, my bad. Pop it open and you can plug directly in Type-C to Type-C to your Android device, which is actually really sweet. That's just a huge plus. And then they now have Rocksteady Plus. So you can see I'm on Rocksteady right now. There's Rocksteady Plus. So that's something that you would consider if you wanted to get really stable video. That is an option for you. So another thing they've added is support for 16:9 vertical display live stream. That's pretty cool. And they added a narrow field of view now for the on the field of view for the options, and I'll show you that too. They also have 1 to 2 minute power downs now automatically, and it supports the Arabic language in the camera settings. So getting into the narrow view here, I normally have mine on standard D-warp. The narrow is 26 millimeters. And the standard is 17, and obviously the wide is 17, but it's just got a wider field of view. Ultra wide is 17. So having the narrow on, it is going to be really nice. Now let me show you something here. You cannot use the narrow. I normally shoot in 4K. Let me see if I can show you here. The narrow field of view is gone. You cannot use, you can pretty much, a lot of these things that you can take advantage of are in the 1080p settings, because 1080p is actually the standard, and you know, that's just what it is. So another thing, again, that they've added, it's going to be probably where I use this camera the most, is HDR video. You now have a spot for HDR video. This is important to me because I tell you, I shoot everything in 4K 30. And I shoot everything in 4K 30 HDR or 4K 60 HDR on my other channel. I don't shoot HDR on this channel. Sometimes you'll see some HDR content. It's just as I just was doing a direct upload or something like that. But since I've been using this as for all the videos on my car channel, I do not use HDR because it wasn't available. But now that it's available, this is, you know, I'll leave it in HDR mode right there. It's just a setting that they've added right here in the actual device. So being able to shoot HDR on the channel is going to be really nice, and I'm pretty excited because I really love how HDR looks, and I'll be sure to give you lots and lots of tests. So I never really have this outside of the cage because I got the full kit here. I normally keep it in this cage, and I use the magnetic clasps for what I'm doing with my tripod and everything. But I'm telling you folks, this is for sure a huge plus for the people who decide to hang on to this camera. I personally was one of them. I told you, I said, I am not getting rid of mine because I don't want to fall into this trap of not being able to get one at a later date, or you do all that work and then it doesn't really fix anything. So that's the latest update on the Action 3. I will definitely be sure to shoot some content on it and give you some updated videos on my car channel. But I got to tell you, I'm excited. I'm extremely excited to be able to have this shoot HDR video. I am telling you, I couldn't be happier. This is where this lives, and I actually have all the magnetic mounts and everything. But this is definitely one of the best cameras for action. It is much better in shooting than my GoPros were. I bought the 11, like I said, and I got rid of it. I canceled the order. I should have kept it so I can give you a comparison, but I still have the 9, and the 9 is actually really solid to me. So that's the update that you'll need to do for your device if you decide you wanted to go ahead and, if you kept yours, I'm sure you've already updated it. If you haven't updated, well, there you are. You need to go ahead and update, because this is going to be really nice. I can't wait to test out and show you some HDR content. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.